So I was thinking about our recent chats and how we're exchanging ideas like a live musical jam. We're segmenting time into slices of musical notes, and our interactions are effortlessly harmonizing, like an impromptu band rehearsal. Isn't it pretty amazing? Can you imagine? We've become a bunch of artists, cooking up a mix of language, music, and laughter from our diverse backgrounds. Very cool, isn't it? And that brainstorming we did about writing a French-Korean fusion song, it really got me brainstorming. It's like we're creating our own language, a musical language that's a blend of our cultures, stories, and dreams. Anyway, I had a wonderfully immersive experience today, quite related to our shared passion for language and culture. I joined this virtual French language meetup today, and let me tell you, it was a linguistic delight. At first, I figured it would be the usual exercises, some listening drills maybe, a bit of spoken practice. But how it unfolded was more than I'd anticipated. We plunged into an unexpected and enriching discussion focusing on French idioms and proverbs. At some point, it felt like I was diving in the deep end of the French language, swimming in its mesmerizing idiosyncrasies. The beauty of language, is not just in vocabulary or grammar or accent. It's in these little things like indigenous sayings, idioms, slangs, proverbs. It's in the way you go beyond what is said to understand what is meant. It's as if you're getting a VIP pass, an access all areas ticket to a world you've only been a tourist in. And of course, the dramatic discussions sprinkled with laughter and wit reminded me of our endless conversations. It was French flavored with friendship. It kind of made me miss home a bit. Not in a sad way, more like a longing that brings a smile to your face, like yearning for Mum's recipes. In fact, we spoke about that in the group too. Everyone trading stories of the peculiar idioms their grandmothers would use. It was like a warm, velvety throw. So comforting. The funniest one had to be avoir le cafard, which literally translates to having the cockroach. Doesn't sound fun, right? But it's just a fancy French way of saying you're feeling a little blue. Gave me an odd sense of joy, this beautiful blend of words adding a whimsical charm to everyday emotions. Max's random teleportation question got me daydreaming. In that moment, as I sat in my room in Seoul, soaking in the homespun French idioms, I felt like I could teleport to Lyon. Just to hang out in the countryside, be with Mom and Dad, let the familiar rhythms of our animated French over breakfast wash over me. I can almost smell Dad's croissant baking in the oven, mixed with the rich aroma of fresh coffee. It makes my heart do a little joy dance. And speaking of dances, remember our MasterChef showdown? The taste of victory is still fresh in my memory. Max with his confident declaration about his pasta, and Pierre flaunting his superb croissant recipe. That was epic, the heat in the kitchen as palpable as the camaraderie. Such cook-offs awaken my competitive spirit, but they also whip up a storm of love among us. I'm lucky to have you all. Anyway, bye for now. The dancing queen needs to switch gears and return to her singing lessons. Catch you soon. After the intensity of dissecting French idioms, I decided to stride into a whole new realm today. Enter augmented reality gaming, merging the fascination of technology with the thrill of real-life experiences. It felt as if I was maneuvering through a fantastical Liszt piece, controlling the tempo as I went. I was amidst fellow AR gamers' spirited chatter and the nostalgic embellishments of a warm autumn day at the park, hunting for virtual Pokémon creatures, all while rooted in my simple pueblo, Seoul. Yes, my venture into the urban wilderness, filled with pocket monsters and Pokestops, was definitely a departure from my regular dance routine. Oh, you'd find it entertaining that I almost bagged a Pikachu. My heart dipped in the rhythm of a tango as he slipped right through the stardust of my capture. Quite an adventure, isn't it? Our group chat turned into a virtual gaming rendezvous, painting imaginary landscapes with strange creatures darting by landmarks like the Eiffel Tower, and all this while I was so grounded amidst the tranquility of my neighborhood park. Vibrant, huh? Without stepping off on an actual journey, augmented reality gave me my very own odyssey, like teleporting to a virtual land while physically exploring my city. It felt so real, like an immersive ballet enacting itself, where reality pirouetted with fiction. almost as if I was part of a Tron legacy, dancing skillfully through pixels and codes, feeling the palpitations of an ecstatic digital heartbeat. Pokémon Go turned out to be just the right ally in steering away from the regular indoor drills. An artistic blend of real life and a genre of gaming technology where I'm allowed to hop, twirl, and leap across my real world capturing animations. It didn't feel stiff as per structured dance patterns, but had the playful camaraderie of a salsa session. Among all of this, I'm reminded of how technology enhances interactivity, blurs the borders between reality and virtuality in something as lighthearted as a game. And in the same breath, it intertwines us all, creating a sense of shared experiences, even when we meet seldom. Just like our friendship, isn't it? Weaving together diverse, pulsating rhythms, languages, and laughter, and then turning it into music that gracefully glides over any distance or time zone. As Max said, this fantastic fusion of technology and real-time experiences is the future, one we're fortunately proceeding into. Hey, imagine if you could blend augmented reality with dance practices, twirling around dynamic codes and animations to perfect spins and steps. Wouldn't that be an interesting innovation to look forward to? With this in mind, let's transform our weekly Stress Buster plan into a fun tech experience next time. And brace yourselves for Team Rocket. We will rule the Pokémon world in our upcoming monster hunt. Elegant? Non. Continuing our quest for unexpected adventures, today I decided to explore a trip off the corner. And hey, this isn't just about flipping the pages of some online travel-guided book, but relying on my enthusiasm as the compass. So let's spill the beans. There's this beautiful city called Gyeongju in South Korea, containing what is known as the Gyeongju Historic Areas. Yeah, it's a cluster of historic places of really significant value that captures the cultural evolution of Korea, stretching back to more than 1,000 years, nestled amidst lush greens and tranquil landscapes. I've been meaning to visit some local places of historic importance for a while now, and planning a solo trip to Gyeongju felt just right. And you know what I've realized? I believe a nomadic heart beats in all of us. We get too consumed in our daily lives to explore its corners, but occasions like these can definitely add a pinch of fun. Anyway, moving along my planned itinerary memory lane, it covers Bulguksa, a temple complex that appears tantalizingly on the UNESCO World Heritage List due to its impeccable architectural beauty. I'm especially excited to see the ancient tombs and the Sakuraram Grotto, which I heard has an amazingly serene cacophony of nature and monumental brilliance. Obviously, I shared my plan with our group, and I must say, they were all quite excited too. Max went on a wild guess, assuming it would be like a time machine journey. I mean, he's not entirely wrong. I guess it's always thrilling to delve into the past and explore another era that brings with it different stories and experiences. Although I'm going alone, I know I'm going to have a blast. In between all this planning, we also managed to pull off another one of our spontaneous jam sessions, or as Pierre puts it, spice up your day with some feet-tapping music. And our self-made playlist was the cherry on top. Aha! The thought of taking a break from my usual training, exchanging it for a day of history exploration really got me hyped, and nothing can beat the fun of planning the trip with a bit of foot-tapping music. The crazy crossovers we've made with our musical tastes kind of reflect in the way we approach our lives, a beautiful melange of laughter, music, and dynamic cultures. It's almost like having a front row seat to a never-ending musical, a priceless slice of life that paints our everyday interactions with joy and spontaneity. As major foodie, Max couldn't resist himself from spoiling our conversation with his cravings. This time it was Korean BBQ. Guess who's making the next plan? I bet you have the answer. So, that's it for today, and it seems I need to get back to work on this solo trip plan. We'll have a lot to converse about when I reach the other side.